Hey, good morning. Miss Christmas checking in with you on today to bring you some motivation and encouragement. Been off the scene for a few days, you guys. This week has been very rough in a lot of ways. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's definitely been some ups and downs and some challenges and things that have just come completely out of left field that I'm just like, what is happening right now? And from all of that, I would say that the best thing that I have gotten out of it is that sometimes we just need to stop and get back in position, to get back in our word, to get back into the presence of God, to really seek God on some things, because sometimes we are in this how do I want to word it? We're in such a mode of going, right, and doing that sometimes we forget that we need to just stop and take inventory, or we need to stop and just reflect, or stop and just stop, just sit down, right? A prime example of that, speaking of going through physically, like a couple weeks ago, you guys, I'm used to always going and doing and all of that, right? And so this one particular weekend, when I got ready to go to bed and call it a week from work on that Friday, I felt okay, but my back kind of was bothering me a little bit. And so I woke up that Saturday and I could barely move, you guys. I don't even know what was going on, but like I was down almost that whole entire, in fact, not almost, that whole entire weekend until like Wednesday of that next week, because I was in so much pain in my back that it was difficult to move around and do different things. And so I had made plans to, of course, be going that whole weekend. And I could hear the Spirit say, like, sometimes you need to stop. When do you have time to get into your Father's presence if you're always going? When does He have time to pour into you when you're emptied out? If you're going so much and you are focused on everything else a little bit more, not saying that I put God on the back burner, but I'm guilty of having done that, in my life. Let me say that. And so the Spirit just began to start talking to me about things like that. Like sometimes God has to stop us. He has to slow us down. He has to sit us down. He has to get our attention, because sometimes with the cares of this world, not that I'm worldly, because I'm not, but with the cares of this world and the concern of trying to make sure you are going to work, make sure you are calling and checking on your parents, make sure you are checking on your children, your grandchildren, your husband, your wife, your family, etc., right? Your business ventures and all of that, making sure that the car is okay, just a lot of things that we all can relate to, right? And sometimes we all forget to really just stop and take a minute, stop and take inventory, stop and go back to our Father and just make sure that we are in tune with Him. We are in step with Him. And so I want to encourage you, because I read a word of the week each week to help me get through my week. It's just motivation and encouraging, really. And so the word for this week was arrive. And it talks about how we do get on the go, and we're just always in plan mode and busy. And I know everybody can say that, like, oh, I'm so busy with this, I'm so busy with that. I get it. We are, this is a different day and time from when I was a little girl. Our parents didn't have that much going and stuff like that they had to do. Whereas now things are different. And so in order to thrive and survive, there's just some things that you got to make sure you're constantly doing. You got to go to work. You got to, take care of things, all that. Anyway, getting back to the word of the week, it talks about how sometimes we get ahead of God because of that, and we're not in step with Him. And so because of that, we stumble, we fumble, we fall, we mess up, we drop stuff, almost like Jack and Jill falling down the hill, we tumbling, we all these things. The time you look up, you all scraped and scratched up and like, oh man, what happened? You got lumps and bumps and bruises, where it's like, you didn't have to have any of that if you just stay on the path with me and stay in tune with me. Allow God to continue directing your path. Allow Him to continue leading the way, because He truly knows what's best and what direction is best for you. He truly knows if you need to go, 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 or if you need to stop. Like, just stop, right? So, with that, on today, I hope you are encouraged and motivated to focus on His leading, His timing. Just focus back on God. If you have somehow taken your focus off, if you have gotten a couple steps ahead of Him, slow down. In fact, stop, repent, desire to repent. Stop and repent and go back to God and ask Him to continue leading the way and directing your path, because only with His guidance and His leading are you going to get it right, and are you going to not fall and not fail. All right, so I hope this helps you. Have the most amazing day. Have a wonderful weekend on purpose, because you get to choose. You got this. Have a great day.